Good evening, guys. Welcome back to Daily Bible Kids. We have been getting into Job. We have left off with. Actually, who wants to recap?
Oh!
Okay, Connor.
Oh!
He beat you first.
So, there's this man. With it, first, God and Satan were having a contest to see who would win if if this guy would still keep his faith, and so far he's been through some things that God has put on him, and he still kept his faith.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do second recap?
What?
So, he's going through, this guy's going through all these things, and, he has his children killed, basically everything taken away from him, and, he still hasn't lost his faith in God, and, his wife, whenever he got sick, she blamed God, but he didn't.
Yep.
He blamed her for blaming God.
Yep.
I remember
No,
Satan's losing so far.
He didn't blame. He accused. Well, it's not really accused, but called her out.
I didn't remember what
Okay.
the two kids.
So, yes, very good.
The two kids.
So today we are doing chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I was about to say something I forgot already. Anyways, chapter 5. Cry for help, but will anyone... Oh, yeah, we were dealing with... Job was having a moment, and, a self moment that he was kind of cursing the day of his birth and whatnot, and his friend was telling him, you've got more to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
Well, then... Here in chapter 5, he's like, cry for help, but will anyone answer you? Which of the angels will help you? Surely resentment destroys the fool and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen that fools may have success. It may be successful for a moment, then comes sudden disaster. The children are abandoned far from help. They are crushed in court with no one to defend them. The hungry devour the harvest, even when it is guarded by brambles. The thirsty pant after their wealth, but evil does not spring from the soil, and trouble does not sprout from the earth. People are born for trouble as readily as sparks fly up from the fire. If I were... I was just wondering if this is Satan talking. Hang on a second. Sorry, I should have read this ahead of time. Well, if I were you, I would go to God and present my case to Him. He does great things too, marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. He gives rain for the earth. So apparently, no, this is not Satan. He gives rain for the earth and water for the fields. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer. He frustrates the plans of the schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so the cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in the daytime, and they grope at noon as if it were night. He rescues the poor from the cunning words of the strong, and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. And so at last the poor have hope, and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin. For though He wounds, He also bandages. He strikes, but His hands also heal. From 6 disasters He will rescue you. Even in the 7th He will keep you from evil. He will save you from the death in the time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that your home is safe. When you survey your possessions, nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be as plentiful as grass. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age, like a sheaf of grain harvested at a proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. Any questions on that chapter?
So that was weird.
Okay.
So
No. Alright, chapter 6. Then Job spoke again. If my misery could be weighed, and my troubles be put on scales, they would outweigh all the sands of the sea. That is why I spoke impulsively, for the Almighty has struck me down with arrows. Their poison infects my spirit. God's terrors are lined up against me. Don't I have a right to complain? Don't wild donkeys bray when they find no grass? And oxen bellow when they have no food? Don't people complain about unsalted food? Does anyone want the tasteless white of an egg? My appetite disappears when I look at it. I gag at the thought of eating it. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant my desire. I wish he would crush me. I wish he would reach out his hand and kill me. At least I can take comfort in this. Despite the pain, I have not denied the words of the Holy One. But I don't have the strength to endure. I have nothing to live for. Do I have the strength of a stone? Is my body made of bronze? No. I am utterly helpless, without any chance of success. One should be kind to a fainting friend, but you accuse me without any fear of the Almighty. My brothers, you have proved as unreliable as a seasonal brook that overflows its banks in the spring when it is swollen with ice and melting snow. But when the hot weather arrives, the water disappears. The brook vanishes in the heat. The caravans turn aside to be refreshed, but there is nothing to drink, so they die. The caravans from Tema search for this water. The travelers from Sheba hope to find it. They count on it, but are disappointed. When they arrive, their hopes are dashed. You, too, have given no help. You have seen my calamity. You are afraid. But why? Have I ever asked you for a gift? Have I begged for anything of yourself for myself? Have I asked you to rescue me from my enemies, or to save me from ruthless people? Teach me, and I will keep quiet. Show me what I have done wrong. Honest words can be painful, but what do your criticisms amount to? Do you think your words are convincing when you disregard my cry of desperation? Would you even send an orphan into slavery or sell a friend? Look at me! Would I lie to your face? Stop assuming my guilt, for I have done nothing wrong. Do you think I'm lying? Don't I know the difference between right and wrong? It's the end of that chapter. Any questions on that one? Alright, on to 7. Is not all human life a struggle? Our lives are like that of a hired hand, like a worker who longs for the shade, like a servant waiting to be paid. I, too, have been assigned months of futility, long and weary nights of misery, lying in bed. I think, when will it be morning? But the night drags on, and I toss till dawn. My body is covered with maggots and scabs. My skin breaks open, oozing with pus. My days fly faster than the weaver's shuttle. They end without hope. Oh God, remember that my life is but a breath, and I will never again feel happiness. You see me now, but not for long. You will look at me, but I will be gone. Just as a cloud dissipates and vanishes, those who die will not come back. They are gone forever from their home, never to be seen again. I cannot keep from speaking. I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain. Am I a sea monster or a dragon that you must place me under guard? I think my bed will comfort me, and sleep will ease my misery. But then you shattered me with dreams, and terrify me with visions. I would rather be strangled, rather die, than suffer like this. I hate my life, and don't want to go on living. Oh, leave me alone for my few remaining days. What are people that you should make so much of us, that you should think of us so often? For you examined us every morning and test us every moment. Why won't you leave me alone? At least long enough for me to swallow. If I have sinned, what have I done to you? O watcher of all humanity, why make me your target? Am I a burden to you? Why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? For soon I will die down in the dust and die. For soon I will lie down in the dust and die. When you look for me, I will be gone.
Saying that, is he basically saying, that he doesn't like God doesn't like him anymore, and he's doing all this stuff?
He doesn't really want to live right now. He doesn't know why God is punishing him. He is going to continue obeying God. He doesn't understand what is going on. And yes, he's complaining, and people basically are trying to shut him up. And it's like, don't I have the right to complain? You know, this is my life, and now it's just like, even God is punishing me for something. If I did something wrong, God, just forgive me. Tell me what I did wrong, you know? Because he and himself, he believes he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong, okay? But, of course, God's not physically talking to him and explaining to him. So yes, he's feeling really bad, okay? He's very depressed right now, okay? But even throughout all this depression, though, he's still holding on to his faith in God. Even though he thinks God may be mad at him or punishing him for something, he's still going to hold strong to God, okay? Chapter 8. Then Bildad, the Shuhite, replied to Job, "How long will you go on like this? You sound like a blustering wind. Does God twist justice? Does the Almighty twist that is right? Your children must have sinned against him. So their punishment was well deserved. But if you pray to God and seek the favor of the Almighty, and seek the favor of the Almighty, and if you were pure and live with integrity, He will surely rise up and restore your happy home. And though you started with little, you will end with much. Just ask the previous generation. Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors, for we were born but yesterday and know nothing. Our days on earth are as fleeting as a shadow. But those who came before us will teach you. They will teach you the wisdom of old. Can papyrus reeds grow tall without marsh? Can marsh grass flourish without water? While they are still flowering, not ready to be cut, they begin to wither more quickly than grass. The same happens to all who forget God. The hopes of the godless evaporate. Their confidence hangs by a thread. They are leaning on a spider's web. They cling to their home for security, but it won't last. They try to hold it tight, but it will not endure. The godless seem like a lush plant growing in the sunshine, its branches spreading across the garden. Its roots grow down through a pile of stones. It takes hold on a bed of rocks, but when it is uprooted, it's as though it never existed. That's the end of its life. The others spring up from the earth to replace it. But look, God will not reject a person of integrity, nor will he lend a hand to the wicked. He will, once again, fill your mouth with laughter, and your lips will be full of shouts of joy. Those who hate you will be clothed with shame, and the home of the wicked will be destroyed. And that is the end of our reading
I got one
things.
question.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say. Any questions?
Did his kids actually die?
No.
Remember?
Yes, they did. But his friend is trying to be there for him. Okay, so Job is depressed, bad things are happening to him, and his friend is trying to be there for him and let him know, God's going to be there for you. Just keep the faith, keep on praying. God is going to be there, Trying to bring him up. And it's a good friend, and then that's the way you should be with others as well. If somebody's having a bad day, you should be there for them, try to help bring up their spirits.
Make friends.
And always remember that God is with you, and they will be with them as well. And let them know. Okay? What?
So did it say for the people to shut God up?
What? No, honey.
They're telling Job to be quiet because they don't want to hear him complaining.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
Yes, Job is complaining a lot, and they're trying to stop him from complaining and remind him about that God is there for him, that he needs to pray and trust in God.
I thought that people were shutting up God.
No.
Because I
Did.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow night, and have a blessed night.